Imagine two neighbors sharing a very long disputed fence. They may disagree on exactly where the fence should be, but if they stop talking, even a small misunderstanding can become a crisis. That is why the latest India China boundary talks matter. India and China have agreed on a 8-point consensus aimed at keeping peace along the line of actual control, or LAC. The two sides want to push discussion towards an yearly and substantial progress on boundary delimitation. They also agreed to strengthen cooperation on transborder rivers, including hydrologic data sharing, an issue important for India. Most importantly, new channels of communications are being created. Two additional meeting points for senior military commanders and two new hotlines in the eastern and middle sectors are planned. Why is this significant? Because in international relations, communication is often a tool of conflict prevention. This is linked to the broader objective of maintaining stability along a disputed frontier. At the diplomatic level, India and China have also continued their calibrated normalization of relations with high level engagement playing an important role. But there is one major question: where exactly is the boundary settlement headed? The latest understanding does not clearly explain which sections will be taken up for delimitations or how the process will translate into an actual settlement. This brings us to an important UPSC concept: conflict building measures versus final conflict resolution. Hotlines, military talks, and data sharing can reduce the risk of escalations, but they do not by themselves resolve the underlying territorial dispute. In 2025, agreement on political parameters and guidelines guiding principles remain important, but it envisages a framework before actual delineation of the boundary. So the latest talk should be seen neither as a final breakthrough nor as mere symbolism. They represent incremental diplomacy, keeping peace today while attempting to create conditions for resolving the larger dispute tomorrow. And there is another lesson for foreign policy: transparency matters. When agreements on sensitive borders are not clearly explained to the public, even constructive steps can generate suspicion. For India and China, therefore, the challenge is not just drafting lines on map. It is also building enough trust, communications, and public confidence to make those lines sustainable. Here is the UPSC takeaway: LAC boundary limitation, conflict building measures, trans border rivers, hotlines, diplomatic engagement, and India's neighborhood diplomacy.